Dookie boo boo.
Coming to you live from the nation's third most dangerous city, Studio 1714.
This is Studio 1714. This is John here, and today we got with us a band called DevilsClub. Guys, introduce yourselves there.
Hi, I'm Josh from the band DevilsClub. I play rhythm guitar.
Matt, I play bass.
I'm Aaron and I sing.
I'm Joey, I play drums.
Dirk, play lead.
They play lead, okay. So you guys brave the elements, really. It's bloody cold out there, snowy as hell.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Welcome to Michigan.
I have no control of the weather, though, and neither does Dave here. So anyway, first of all, I'm going to ask you, why the name DevilsClub? Why do you got that name for?
Well, it's kind of like I don't know, almost like a wayward soul kind of little mentality, like the Island Misfit Toys. We get razzed a lot for using that as an analogy, but almost just kind of some loners, you know. We're not shined up or polished individuals. We're all kind of mean.
Yeah.
Mean, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's got nothing to do with religion, which I think is a big common misconception. People think we're Satan worshippers, and I don't think we really give a shit either way. Either side of the coin, but well, he pretty much hit it on the head. We're just a bunch of deviant, hedonistic miscreants that
Formed our own club.
kind of hang out together.
So hoping for fame, glory, and a lot of women, right?
At least women.
Yeah.
Except for you got one of you are married, right? So you
Yeah,
are. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not saying that you hope.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the old lady might be listening to it. So where's the band from, and how long you been together?
We're from here in Flint, but we come from parts unknown. We got Josh out of Saginaw, Matt out of Birch Run, Joey out of Davison. Me and David from Flint here. So.
And have you been together how long?
About 3.5 years.
Yeah.
The current lineup since early 2007. But,
Okay.
The four of us got together. Dave, Josh, Matt, and I.
So
With some other guy.
now, a lot
3.5
of
years ago.
a lot of band members I talked to have been involved with other bands before. So is that the same experience for the rest of you guys? Have you been in other bands or?
This is my first. I'm a one-trick pony. This is my first gig.
We kind of picked this guy, unknown soul here, and put him in front of a mic to see what he could do, and started
he was
kicking
just
some ass.
big, and we didn't want to piss him off, so we're like, yeah, you can sing, and he just kept showing up, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally couldn't. No, I still can't. But
I played with Dave before in another band, but it wasn't for long. It was just to fill in.
yeah, man, it's like
Yeah.
Joey's
And
got a past band too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of had a couple bands I played around with a little bit, but nothing too major. Maybe played like 1 or 2 shows out with them back in high school, and that was about it.
So it's like notice there's 5 of you. That's obvious. That's the reason why we're in the control booth. They don't want you guys to be crowded out. But is that unusual for a band? You know, if you're in the type of stuff you play is 5 people, is that unusual or?
No, not really. Usually there's 2 guitar players, and that pretty much defines it. And then on top of that, you got a frontman, bass player, and drummer. So that's 5 dudes, you know.
Yep.
Get some keyboard, get some blackmail going.
Yep.
no keyboards, man.
No, no keyboard. Doors used to have a keyboard player to take up for the lack of a bass player, and you just don't have a keyboard player. Are you looking for a keyboard player? Or?
Actually, if anyone can play some mean keytar, we may be open
Yeah.
to checking them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Only
But-
keytar though.
Yep.
You can't come with a keyboard.
Yeah.
A lot of the groups in the '80s had 2 guitar players. You know, like lead or rhythm, and then maybe 2 lead guitar players. I can't remember all of them now. There were so many in the '80s. That's where I grew. You know, the era I grew up of, came of age. But anyway, everybody's have influences. What different influences helped your band take the sound you have? You know, get the sound you have.
Lots of Christian rock. We like polka music. You know, we're down for anything. You know, we're all big old Pantera fans. You know, just lots of pissed off music. I mean, who would you guys name really?
I don't know. I'm into like a lot of jazz shit. I mean, as far as listening to stuff, so I take a lot of influence from that. So
Try to do fusion or something like that. Or?
it's somewhat. I pretty much look at our style like sort of like jazzy, just a little structured with distortion, screaming and shit.
and no bass section, no bass or no not bass, but what do you call brass section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that'd be unusual. Get some trumpets in there or something like
It's the
that.
brass
Saxophone.
section.
Yeah, it's mainly based off metal, but we all listen to different genres of the metal. You know, we have the few bands that all intersect that we all like, but then we have our own different bands that the rest of us kind of like, you know. But we all bring that little bit of influence from the stuff we do listen to, and you know, just kick each other and say, hey, we're playing this. So, you know, that's how we try to get a little bit of a unique sound by doing that.
Pretty much whatever's fun.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just play what we like. So
Whatever feels like fresh, original, new. You know.
We never
Try to
really
keep it
gave a
new.
shit about what anybody else was doing at the time, you know what I mean? We just kind of pooled our own thoughts. So we really don't, I don't know, I don't really think we pull our influences from anybody. I think it's like personal experience, you know what I mean? Because we all listen to different types, like he said, listen to different types of music, so we all bring a different angle of the same genre into the room, and it comes out.
Well, that kind of another leads into the question I always like to ask bands too. Or we always like to ask bands is about the writing process for this band. I mean, you just got done saying you all have like draw from different sources, different genres, whatever. How does that affect the writing process and how you go about handling those differences?
a lot of stubborn people.
Lyrically or music?
Both. I mean, I know some bands it's real democratic. If not everybody in the band agrees on it, they just don't simply do it. Is there like a portion of rule that takes somebody of you've got to vote yes or no or before you adopt something or?
We do a lot of collaboration, but there's also like if I write something or like I'm gonna use Dave for an example. If Dave writes a riff, I mean a lot of times he just puts his foot down. You don't roll with it or get rolled over.
Yeah,
it's going in there. You know what I mean? If you don't like it,
yeah, we just kind of
play it anyway.
We just at least if someone brings an idea, we try to play it and push it to see if it'll work. Obviously if we play it long enough and it's not working, we just kind of have to tweak it or do whatever we need to do to make it work. But we at least try to keep an open mind with what each other brings.
Yeah. In the end, if it doesn't make you sparkle and shine, if it doesn't totally give you that fucking metal boner.
You're not allowed to say sparkle and shine on your.
Sparkle and shine. Yeah, I think that's in
sparkle with everybody.
I think that's in the metal handbook. You're not supposed to say those two words together. That was certain phraseologies don't mix right with the motif.
Yeah.
The mindset.
We're metal posers. We're not people anyways. We can say whatever.
You actually got Lawrence Welk records at home, right? We know that, right? Okay. Okay. You guys have joined up with Hard as Hell Records and all that, and also you're going to be there's a tour coming up for you guys too, right? The Takeover tour is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So you looking forward to that, or?
Most definitely.
Now, when is that going to happen? Start.
Let's see. You got
It's January 17th it starts, and that's going to run all the way through March. We've got dates all the way from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Toledo, Columbus, Canadian Music Week in Ontario.
Toronto, I think.
Yep. Oh, shit. Yeah, but we got a bunch of shit going on there. Definitely the 17th down at the IROC, though. We got the Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll show, like debuting the Hard as Hell Girls, our own little cheerleaders. Get out there and, yeah.
And they're
It'll be
hot.
good.
Shake their ass.
that's going to get a lot of draw right there. It's here the promise of nearly naked females.
Yeah.
Like Hooters on tour, right? No.
Well, it's already metal shows are already a sausage fest, so you're gonna get more guys out there. Just throw some naked girls out there, half naked girls out there, hopefully. But.
The clam to dog ratio.
Yep.
That's all way off.
Cater to the baser elements of people, right? But it works. Good marketing. Yeah. You guys are part of a unique package that's called the Flint Death Squad. What can you tell us about this and who's involved with that, with the Death Squad?
Well, the Death Squad, they've actually been around for a few years now, but we're the noobs. We just got added to that earlier this year.
Whoops.
And
I don't know.
It's
what happened?
Well,
Did you?
uh-oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear you. That's all of a sudden everything just died on us.
Oh,
We can
Okay.
hear us.
Yeah, can you hear? No, yeah. It just suddenly everything was like silent for a second there. So I was like, we were all of us in there like wondering what's going on. It was kind of a fluke there. Anybody else listening to that? Sorry about that.
Well, I made Edie and just stopped talking at the same time.
No, just we couldn't. It was like deathly silent, on this side of it. Did
shit.
you
Oh,
did
right
you hear
on.
anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he said it was like because we were listening to your music there. So
yeah.
we also do have
Curiously.
a couple of your tracks that you want us to pull up. Which one do you want up first?
Bloody Altar.
Okay, no, let's see. It's gonna take a little bit here to pull up. Which one is it?
It should be one. Is it one?
Well,
Yeah, it's
what
the
first,
first,
first track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's
That's our hit single coming at you live. Eat
Sorry.
it up. Get your spoon out.
Going. That sounds really, really death metalish to me, man. It's really good though. This is the sound you guys go for there. Yeah, sorry about that. And sorry about the sound quality. It's like awfully hard to adjust on this computer.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because you're probably used to it. So I was like, wow, I thought you could jump out of your seat. Yeah. You guys are definitely like loud, right?
Yeah, usually it just sounds like mud at practice because we like to turn our amps up way too loud. So, we got to get on that one.
Yeah, it's like
energetic.
Yeah, we've played a couple of venues, actually. I think the Doghouse was the last one. The sound guy was bitching because he hasn't had to push his PA that hard in a while just to keep up with the guitars. So we definitely like it loud.
I was gonna say that because I didn't really witness you guys even flinch you, and that music came up, and it was like awfully loud. I was trying to tune it down there because this pops up loud. I mean, I wish they didn't do that, on this. Now, what was the name of that track?
Bloody Altar of the Apocalypse.
Wow.
We just call it Bloody Altar most of the time, but
Yeah, it's like a long.
take it for sure.
That was one of the
Titles.
that was one of the original tracks that we wrote with our old drummer. But we when we got Joey over here, he was more able, I'll say. So we spiced it up a little bit, and so that's actually an older track that we decided to record when we got a chance to get a couple recordings done.
Okay, now the drummer out there, you. Okay, it's like who are you influenced by? What drumming style do you like to pattern after?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, there's a lot of drummers that I like and stuff, but I just pretty much do my own thing. Like I taught myself everything, and I just do it, man. I just play, pretty much.
Yeah, do you feel it? And it's like, do you view the drums as something that's got to be attacked? Like one of the Van Halen brothers said, Alex Van Halen said he sees it as something that's got to be attacked viciously. The drums. Is that way you take a look at it, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we used to.
It took him a minute. He used to play real soft. He used to play real jazzy. But we turned him into a metal player. He beats the shit out of him now.
Yeah, it definitely is like a sport. Just like what Dave was saying, especially playing crazy shit like that. Just it's like you're fucking running and shit for 20 minutes straight, and that shit gets tiring after a while.
Yeah, I've seen drummers before, just like they have them up on stage. You see them just sweating buckets.
Oh yeah.
And they're not the front man. They're the ones that are not getting adulation. The singers are the ones, the chicks usually, the drummers in the back. Usually, they always have a girlfriend, but they don't have all this screaming chicks at them because they're in the back, Yeah. But anyway, it's like I think the drum playing is probably it's mostly most bands in the modern era. I mean, you gotta have a good drum beat to keep everything going.
Yeah,
keep everything together.
A drummer can make a huge difference in a band for sure. Like there's a lot of bands that are awesome. If they just had a better drummer, they would be even fucking better bands. In my opinion, anyways.
That's
like for
the
sure.
band's only as good as their drummer.
Yeah, that was kind of
in a band for sure.
That was the kind of the reasoning for us getting a new drummer too, is because we just thought if there was a little more solidity behind it, the drummer's the basis of the band. They lay down, they're the backing. Without a good drummer, you're not as good as you really could be.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and Joey brought an entirely whole new skill set too. I mean, we never had blast beats before. The double bass was slow and robotic almost. I mean, he brought a lot of fluidity and.
You think he's listening right now?
Yeah, it's not. Nobody knows who he is. I mean, I'm not dropping his name.
Yeah, we're not saying.
Well, you do have somebody listening in, so you just we have a streamer just jumped in there, so maybe that was that person. Who knows?
Well, I'm not taking shots at the guy. I mean,
no.
I've known the cat since kindergarten. He's still a friend of mine, but he just, wasn't the right guy.
Yeah. Now we have more challenging things. It's what we really enjoy. Dave, he'll write riffs and everything just to challenge Joey, and Joey will make drum beats and stuff to challenge all of us to think of something creative and new to play to it.
Yeah, and the annoying part is you look back at this guy and you're kind of thinking, this guy's working his ass off, and he just looks like he's sitting on a stool, just moving his arms a little bit, making it look easy, and I don't see how he does it,
I don't know, probably from all the years of hockey or something.
Well, you're just sometimes, you just barely, you always talk about when you watch drummers and they're all crazy and he says, man, he wasn't even moving, making it look easy. Well, that's kind of what you do,
Yeah, it's not a good idea to move, unnecessarily while you're playing drums because you'll get tired as hell. So.
Oh, I'm not saying anything about moving. You just make it look easy. You're flying all over, and I'm like, he just looks like he's all over there ready to yawn.
We just had somebody join in. That's what that sound was. So
sweet.
sorry about that.
2 listeners. Woo!
Anyway, it's what band in the 80s, I don't know if you know this, maybe Dave here would, Dave Howard, back in the 80s they had 2 drummers. I don't know if it was. I think it was one of the Southern rock bands. You remember that? Allman Brothers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they had 2 drummers, and they did tremendous. I mean, it's tremendous work.
We've got 2 drummers too. He's fast.
Yeah, two person, 2 and 1, right?
Yeah.
So the Flint Death Squad has been described as sort of a brotherhood. What would you say you guys would react to? How would you say that is true or what? There's like a brotherhood going on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's there's definitely core bands that we always hang out together, and we have a lot of good times with those guys. It's Girl Scout Hand Grenade, Hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is Sacred. Those guys are real nice. IDK. And it's just, it's basically just in place so that people can come and know that people have already. It's filtered down. You know what I mean? Because you can go out and catch a bad metal show real easy. You know what I mean? But you know that if it's a Death Squad show that. There's an initiation process. It takes you almost a whole year by the time they even approach you or you approach them and they decide to put you in contention. It takes you about a year.
You earn your stripes.
Yeah, you got to play shows, you got to book shows, you got to support shows.
Yeah.
You have to be a force in the scene or else they won't even consider
Yeah, you got to be a fully working band. You know what I mean? You got to be doing the damn thing, so to speak. And so, if people see a show and it's got the Flint Death Squad name on it, that it's some bands that have been around the block a few times, and you can expect a good show.
Face melted off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's really, it's a collaboration of the bands because, too many bands work against each other. They're going to promote only their show and try to do that. But these bands, with the Death Squad, it's, help post each other's flyers all over, help promote each other's shows, like if you're not on the same show. So it's, working together is a lot easier than working against each other in the scene, definitely when it's a local scene.
Yeah. I don't see the need for animosity. I mean, when Elda Nova back in the early 80s coming out, and then they also had Bon Jovi, those guys are friends with one another. They grew up roughly in the same town, I think, or nearby towns. They really support each other. Of course, Elda Nova kind of faded. Bon Jovi obviously still around, but Bon Jovi, Elda Nova had some great hits, of the early 80s. So I don't see the reason. I've seen guys trash talk each other in different bands, and I was really puzzled because they're playing the same venues, and I just thought it was stupid,
It's a hard market now. It's
Yeah.
a dog-eat-dog world, I don't know if you're familiar with the movie The Decline of Western Civilization or not.
No, I think I've seen that one now.
But it shows a bunch of 80s bands, early 90s bands, and the whole fucking scene was way different back then, Now you got DUI laws so strict, people don't like to go out to a bar and drink. It's harder to get people in clubs. Just trying to draw people, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and if they're at somebody else's show, they're not at mine.
Right.
So I think that's where you get a lot of the viciousness between bands going. They're just trying to get their piece of the pie.
Yeah, and it's kind of I don't know. I just think it's kind of stupid because some people take words seriously and react to it. You got this animosity, and I've seen guys actually come to blows over it in the local scene. It was kind of ridiculous, I thought. But speaking of which, now you're on the internet right now. You're going up live and all that, and we hope so other people see this afterwards. They definitely will. Yeah. But okay, you guys have a website. I'm taking it too. Website where you can hear it, and also a place where you can buy your music at and stuff like that. Or
no, we got the myspace.com.
Yeah.
We don't have an album yet. We got our couple songs on there that you'll probably end up even playing clips from both of them tonight. We got those free for download, but we're hoping to get with Hard as Hell, get an album out. So no selling it as of yet, but we'll give it away.
As much as we hate MySpace, you got to give it. There's tons of people on MySpace. It's accessible to a lot of people. It's just really easy to manage, and just as far as promotion, it's not the best promotion tool, but you can post flyers. So it's for free and being so easy to use, it's about the best you can get. So that's all we have right now. Yeah.
So now what is your MySpace page?
It's just myspace.com/DevilsClub.
DevilsClub.
Yep.
All one word.
Yep.
Can they find the people going there can find your merchandise too and stuff if you have any merchandise?
We're working on the merchandise right now, but
sold out our last.
Yeah, sold out.
What were you selling before? What did you have?
Just t-shirts and stickers. That's pretty much we're a working band. We're all trying to make $1 and play music. So we just bought what we could and sold it all out, and we've been kind of sitting on a design, trying to get a design out. So if anyone hears this, and you think you might have a design, we're interested in seeing what you have. Yeah, it doesn't suck. Yeah.
I've got
pay cash money too.
I ran into that. A lot of my friends they're published authors or soon to be published authors, and it's awfully hard to find cover art. And they contact people who are artists, and they don't follow through with them, and they basically got to go through very basic artwork for their covers, and people with cover work for artwork for the CD covers and all that. Same thing. There should be a kind of a pool of resources out there, artists who are willing to work with people on different things like that. But
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully that problem will come to an end once we, solidify our deal with Hard as Hell. I know they have an art division and all that stuff, so that stuff will come a lot easier than, But as of right now, I mean, we've gone to 3 different people, asked them for designs. They kind of get back with us, and then, like you said, it just gets lost in transition somewhere.
A lot of they take a look at the music, and they don't look deep enough into it. But we'll tell them, kind of trying to look for something that's not too cliche for metal, but something that would still have that kind of imagery. And none of them get it. They send back skulls and horns.
Yeah,
and
if you are listening out there and you do have an idea for a design, please don't send a fucking zombie or something. Like, I've seen so many zombies.
Eddie, the reissues of
something
Eddie.
original.
Yeah.
One of the designs we got back was almost exactly what Slayer album.
The
was
Haunting
that?
the Chapel cover, dude. Not Haunting the Chapel. It was
It was almost fucking
South.
exactly.
No, it's Seasons of the Abyss.
Oh,
it's the one where they got the dude in the graveyard coming. I can't even think of the fucking people.
It was
Oh my
Slayer.
god, it was
People are gonna
awesome.
hate us right now, dude. They're gonna be throwing shit at us. We don't can't
Yeah.
get a Slayer album.
Yeah, it's and then the other one we got back after saying we're not digging the whole zombie thing was I'm not
Live
even
on
joking.
Deck.
It was the hamburger helper hand
Oh,
in
yeah.
zombie form.
That was
I'm not
good.
even joking. It was just a hand like zombie looking with a face on it, and we're like, it's the fucking hamburger helper, dude. I mean, I know hamburger helper will make you, it'll kill you and make you look like that, but
The Hamburger Helper's fucking good, dude.
It'll preserve you though. It's so high in sodium, man. You're gonna be, Anyway, so you guys seem pretty congenial, though. I mean, I like to. I hope somebody maybe hears this and actually contacts you for about cover art and stuff like that, because I don't know. It seems like a real lacking of that around here. Maybe we should go to like these schools around here, like the school down in Mott, and all there, or U of M's Art Center, and talk to those people and see if they got some, aspiring students, that are artists, because it just. I've seen crap out there. I mean, and then you try to use that clip art stuff. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, what's your guys' hopes and dreams or what for the band? I mean, would you really want to be like playing stadiums and stuff like that, or is that a stupid question? No.
Never got to
Really?
that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I'd ever really want to be at stadium level.
Too many headaches.
Too many headaches, and it seems so impersonal. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I mean, if it's.
You guys are
I don't know.
retarded. That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh no, I know what he's
don't wanna
saying.
play
I
a
hate.
stadium. I'd rather jerk off in a bar bathroom.
Well, I hate when I go to a stadium show and you're sitting, in the very back row, nosebleeds, and you almost feel like you wasted your $40. Whereas sometimes you can go see a show for $10, $12, and you're right up front. I mean, they're spitting on you and like throwing boogers on you, and you're loving it. It's
part of the audience.
That's the best,
I'd rather go see a show at the Fillmore or Harpo's than a fucking stadium show. You know what I mean?
Have you guys played in those kind of places, Harpo's or whatever? Or?
Oh yeah, we haven't played the Fillmore, but we've played Harpo's. A lot of the Blondies, the IROC, TNT's, the Ritz. Or we got a show 2 days after Christmas at the Ritz.
The Ritz, now that's where down
in Warren.
Yeah.
What town is that in?
Warren.
Okay, see, I remember the Ritz used to be in Roseville. I used to see, I seen the Call there and the Paragons, and I also saw, the Smithereens there a few years ago. But that's about 16 years ago now. But yeah, so I guess they moved. But that was I always wonder what happened to that. Then you mentioned that, as I haven't heard that band, that club's name in a long time.
Yeah, Blondie's just reopened too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I hope the current economic crunch doesn't make them close up again.
Yeah, right.
So. Anyway, we'll kind of wrap this up, I guess, because, I mean, you guys got things to do, so do with the rest of us. But do you guys have anything you want to talk about before we head off? Or
just plug some shows. We got a show coming up in March on the 20th at Churchill's that is, I think it's going to be an all Death Squad show. I'm still waiting on confirmation from a couple bands. But, yeah, you guys should definitely come out there. It's a $5 cover.
That's not bad.
Doors at 8, bands will be at 9. So
You got 3 months to think about it too.
Yeah,
so
you got
no
3 months.
excuses.
You got 3 months to clear your fucking calendar.
Yeah,
and
and,
be
if,
there.
and if they're not there, you guys will hunt them down, right? No.
Oh, I mean, people that haven't come to one of our shows and actually hung out with us. I mean, I'm telling you, you're gonna get your money's worth. Not even from the stage show, because you get this guy over here going, the big guy. It's just you might as well throw him on stage with a mic, and he's more entertaining than the band sometimes. Just he's a regular comedian over here, so.
We get dumb.
Yeah, we actually have a little bit of rope in the van, you know, in case we got to tie him up some night when he gets out of hand.
The dude gets rowdy, and
Yeah.
I gotta chase his ass down and tie him up. And we had like a 5-on-5 man brawl out in front of the venue one time, and we decided, okay, we're gonna carry some fucking rope for this dude, because he is just, woo, it's crazy, man.
Come on now.
But yeah, it's always an interesting time. I mean, if anyone
Yeah.
comes out to a show, they hear this and never heard us and come out, you know, you see who we are. Don't be afraid to come talk to us, and you know, we're nice guys. You know, we don't bite that much. So.
Yeah, I'll spit on you once.
Or yeah, or buy, like Dave's saying, or buy you a beer, right? Don't be afraid to buy you a beer.
Well, we definitely wouldn't mind a beer, but we might buy you a beer. Depends on how we're feeling that night.
It depends how cheap the beer is, right?
Yeah, really.
Take you out.
Well, anyway,
If you got
thanks.
smoke, we got drink.
Yeah.
So, we'll give you a shot there, a chance to say again where your MySpace is at.
That's myspace.com/DevilsClub.
And you hopefully hear from a lot of people who are listening to this. And like I said, you had 2 or 3 people coming in and out of this room right now. And as soon as we put it up, it's live right now. It's going to go up. You're going to, you know, so I definitely hope you get thousands of hits. So.
Well,
Cool.
thank you guys for coming.
Yeah,
Checking
thanks
it
for
out.
having us.
Thanks for
It's,
having us.
been
And thanks
fun.
for showing up.
Yeah.
As bad as this winter is out right now, it's terrible out, man.
Yeah, disregarded every stop sign on the way.
Did you hear the wind howling out there? It was like something from a soundtrack.
I didn't
a
hear it. I
soundtrack
felt
of a
it
movie.
again trying to throw me off 75. So.
So you brave the elements, guys.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
hope you reap the rewards of it. So
All right.
Thank you very much.
thanks
Yep.
a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.